What is up, everybody? This is Cody, aka DFS Prodigy, coming to you live to talk about the upcoming DraftKings slate for January 4th, 2021. So it's a 9-gamer. We got a good slate on our hands. So let's just dig right into it. But before we begin, hit the like button for me, subscribe to my YouTube channel. It helps me a lot. And this video is sponsored by Pick Draft, which we'll go over at the end of the video and just kind of give you all my picks for Pick Draft. And be sure to use code Prodigy, that is in PRODIGY, Prodigy, to get a discount whenever you do sign up. So we'll talk about pick draft at the very end of this video, but let's just dig into DraftKings. So, like I said, 9-gamer, here we go with Cleveland and Orlando. So this is a good game on our hands. I like this game a lot. Andre Drummond. What can I say about Andre Drummond? He fouls. Fouls are the issue for Andre Drummond, to say the least. He got benched last game. So that tells you how bad basically the coaching is there when he got benched for the fouls, and look how many minutes he got in a great game. 20 minutes. 20 minutes. Anyways, enough tilting for already tonight. Andre Drummond, Nikolai Vucevic. I don't mind either guy. I'd rather get to Vucevic basically at the discount price under 1,000, but you can certainly get to some Andre Drummond. Colin Sexton, we need to watch the status of Darius Garland. If Darius Garland's officially out, that would bump up Colin Sexton's usage rate sky high, which I don't mind at all. Getting to that, I think he'll be chalk, but I'm eating that chalk. I like Colin Sexton. Larry Nance, the price went up. I'm off of him. Markel Fultz, he's just an okay mid-range play if you want to get to him. If you can, if you want to. We know what we're going to get out of Fultz. I don't mind it. This is a high-paced game. Aaron Gordon finally saw over 25 minutes. I'm certainly getting to some Aaron Gordon. That's a great price for what we're going to get out of him at only 5,900. Yes, please. Terrence Ross, he's scoring dependent. That's all I can say. If you want to take that risk with him, look, shot the ball 21 times. Got you 26 real life points. If you want to take the risk, go for it. But we've seen his floor. We've seen him only get 0 at some nights. Evan Fournier is questionable. He should be in line to play, though. He's just a man to me. Chetty Osman, we need to look to him if Darius Garland is out. He'll either start or Dante Exum. I'd rather have Exum at the discount price if he does start. JaVale McGee only had more minutes because of Andre Drummond sit out. So I'm off of JaVale McGee. Cole Anthony shut the light down last game. I'm off of Cole Anthony, to say the least. I'm not getting to him until he proves himself. That wraps up for that game. Going on to the Charlotte and Philly, Joel Embiid. Joel Embiid is 9,900. I like him under 10K. Go ahead and give me him under the 10,000 price mark. He's going against Biyombo. I don't mind getting to some Biyombo at 5,200, but I'd much rather get to Joel Embiid in this matchup, to say the least. Ben Simmons, Tobias Harris. Let's talk about Tobias Harris. I thought I was done tilting, but no, I'm not, actually. Tobias Harris. Basically, Tobias Harris is the guy who you never will think will pop off until I don't play him. When I don't play him, look what happens. 57 points. When I do play him, look what happens. 21 points. So basically, if you want to get Tobias Harris, I wouldn't blame you. 7,600. You want to chase that hot streak, go ahead and chase it. But again, he could certainly fail at any rate. Ben Simmons is okay as a price up stud. I'd rather get to Joel Embiid, though. Gordon Hayward, Terry Rozier, Devontae Graham, just like I told y'all, Rams running backs, we don't know who we're going to get. Gordon Hayward, 7,300. I don't mind getting to him. He got you 47 last game. If you trust it, go for it. I don't trust it. I'd rather get to Rozier at a safer price point and a safer value. Devontae Graham, though, I wouldn't mind buying into at 5,700. If you want to get to some Devontae Graham, you certainly can. But just be careful with that. Seth Curry, scoring dependent, similar to Terrence Ross. I don't mind going to him. He's looked good lately. LaMelo Ball, it's time to take LaMelo Ball seriously. I like him on this slate a ton at 37 points for only 5,600. You can get to some of LaMelo Ball. PJ Washington, until he figures out the injury, I'm off of him. Shake Milton, it's just hard to trust on 5,000. And Danny Green, the shooting has been awful on him. I'm not getting to him whatsoever. Moving on to New York and Atlanta, a very high-paced game. Very, very going to be high-paced. Trae Young certainly can spin up for him. I don't mind getting to some Trae Young. Julius Randle, I like. I mean, he's stuffing that stat sheet. He's been unreal this season so far. 37 minutes. He shot awful, but look, he still got you 42 points with 8 assists, 2 steals, 11 rebounds. Julius Randle's definitely a spin-up option I don't mind getting to. John Collins in the pick and roll. You can certainly get to him. 7,200 is not a bad price point, but just be careful with him because Capella's coming back and Capella's price rose up already. Even at that price, I still don't mind getting to him. RJ Barrett, scoring dependent. Be careful with what you wish for, but the minutes are there. L. Payton's only in play if all these guys are out on this Knicks team for the guard position because he can either get you 20 minutes or he can get you 4 minutes. We don't know how many minutes he's going to get. Be careful with him. Mitchell Robertson, fouls on fouls on fouls, but again, he can get you some blocks. I mean, he looked good last slate, but again, do you trust it? Bog, again, another shooting guy. They have a ton of wings on this team. It's just hard to trust them. Cam Reddish and DeAndre Hunter, I don't mind either guy. I'd rather get to Cam Reddish over. Reggie Bullock is in play, even though I hate rostering him, if everybody is out on this team for the Knicks. So that wraps up for that game. This is a game I'm going to tell y'all I don't like. I don't like much of this game, to say the least. In this game, we don't know basically who's going to have a better usage rate because everybody's healthy. So basically, sorry, I just got an update on my phone about the Warriors game. Bam Adebayo, 8,500 is hard to get to when I have other studs I want to pay up for, like Trae Young. SGA, 7,800, he's the mid-range option, similar to Jimmy Butler. With everybody healthy on these two teams, it's hard to get to them. Horford's 300 going into spam. No. Goran Dragic has been inconsistent this season. Mad to me. Baisley's okay price. He's a mid-range option, just like Dort. Overall, guys, there's not much I want to get to in this game, to say the least. It's just not one of my favorite games to target. Boston and Toronto. Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown. They have looked good this season. I'd rather get to Jaylen Brown based on how he's been playing lately. Kyle Lowry and Van Fleet, we know what we're going to get out of them. They're safe cash options if you want to get to them. So I don't mind getting to either one of those guys whatsoever. Siakam. Let's talk about Siakam for a second. So disciplinary and then fouling out. What's gone to his head? I have no idea what's getting into Pascal Siakam lately. 17 points. That's all he got you. 17 points. I don't like it. It's hard. It's hard to trust. I'm off of Siakam until he figures out what's happening. That price is intriguing, yes. People are going to be on him. He's going to be chalk. But I just don't trust it. I don't like it until he figures out what's happening on the mental mindset of his play. Marcus Smart, 6,600. Don't mind getting to him. 38 fantasy points last game. Good price. Mid-range option. You can certainly get to him. OG Anunoby, again, he's just a mid-range option similar to Marcus Smart. If you want to get to some OG, you can certainly get to some OG. I don't mind him. Chris Boucher, 5,100 for Chris Boucher. 5,100. So basically, he can either get you 5 minutes or 20 minutes. Last slate, he got you 29 minutes, and he erupted. He went nuclear at 38 points. That's the problem is we don't know how many minutes he's going to get. Lately, he's been looking good with Siakam getting basically not in the right mindset. So as long as that's happening, I'm locking and loading Chris Boucher. Bet you 100 if you want to take the risk with him. I'd certainly wouldn't blame you. It's going to be risky. It's only a GPP option, in my opinion, not cash. So I wouldn't mind going for it. Daniel Theis and Tristan Thompson. Thompson's a good price, 4,400. I wouldn't blame you for punting him. Just like Daniel Theis. I mean, the hand didn't hurt him lately. But 23 minutes, I don't mind getting to him. Jeff Teague, questionable, so you can look to Pritchard for more minutes. He's certainly a punt option if you want to get to him. He saw 28 minutes last slate. Moving on to Dallas and Houston. This is going to be the game that's going to basically this game is going to determine the slate. If James Harden is out, I don't know what DraftKings is thinking. 7,600 for John Wall. 7,600. If James Harden's out, lock and load John Wall in all formats. Lock him in your point guard position. Lock and load Christian Wood, the most improved player of the year, in my opinion, and go from there. And if Luka Doncic is out, stack this game with John Wall, Christian Wood, Aaron Gordon, Tim Hardaway, Josh Richardson. There's your core right there for y'all. Lock and load the value pieces on this team for the Mavs and lock and load the studs on the Rockets. James Harden, Luka Doncic is in. You can spin up for him, but I'm not getting anybody else with John Wall and James Harden, Luka, if they are in play. If they're not playing, you know what I told y'all, lock and load the values and lock and load the studs. John Wall, 7,600. He's underpriced. I love him on all formats. Christian Wood, same thing, underpriced. Lock and load him. Tim Hardaway Jr. is, like I said, only in play if Luka's out, just like Josh Richardson, just like Dorian Finney-Smith. Those three guys are only in play if Luka's out. If Luka's in, I'm willing to get Luka on the maps. Aaron Gordon should be starting for Harden. If Harden's out, you can play him. If Harden's in, I'm off of Aaron Gordon. DeMarcus Cousins is a no-go in all formats. He's not looked good this season. I'm off of him. And that's literally it for this team, basically. So moving on to Detroit and Milwaukee, let's talk about that game. Looking at them, Greek Freak, 10,800. I don't mind getting to him, but again, there's a lot of studs on this slate, so you got to be careful with what you pay for because this game might be a blowout. So we might not see a fourth quarter run for Greek Freak, so be careful. Chris Middleton, he's okay, 7,700. I don't mind it. Jeremiah Grant, 6,900. The price went down. I don't mind getting to him. Drew Holiday, good defensive matchup for him. He's just a mid-range option again. Blake Griffin, he's not looking good this season. I'm off him until he has a decent bounce-back game. Derrick Rose, he's just okay, but we're seeing studs get more run. Josh Jackson is the guy I want to talk about. If he is a for sure out, there's going to be another value piece of the slate. If Josh Jackson's out, you can look to Saddiq Bey to fill in the role for him. Saddiq Bey's looked good. He's playing great minutes. He's playing close to 20 to 30 minutes. He's a cheap price for it, 3,900. You can certainly look to him. DeLon Wright, he's not looked good this season either, just not getting the minutes. The rookie Bey is getting more minutes than him. I'm off of DeLon Wright, but I like Bey if Josh Jackson's officially out. Mason Plumlee, he's okay. I don't mind it at all. On Milwaukee, like I said, Dante DiVincenzo, I'm off of him. Bobby Portis is seeing blowout run. If you think this game gets blown out, he's going to get the run. He's going to be a good value piece. 25 minutes, 35 points. I don't mind it. Steven Adams. Where's Steven Adams? Maybe I just missed. Oh, he's on. I forgot. He signed with New Orleans. My bad. Anyways, let's move on to that game. Like I was saying with Steven Adams is the cash game play of the night. The reason why I like Steven Adams is because he's only 6,200. He's seeing close to 30 minutes a game, getting you almost a double-double every single game, and the minutes are there for him. He's getting run no matter what. 31 points, 35 points, 22 points, 25 points, over 30 minutes a game. Block and load him as your cash game option. Brandon Ingram, Zion, you can get to either guy. I'd rather get to Zion at the discount price. Lonzo Ball and Eric Bledsoe, both of those guys are coin flips on this slate. You never know who's going to have the better game. I'm not trying to guess it at all. So I'm off of Bledsoe and Lonzo Ball. I'd rather get to LaMelo Ball than Lonzo. On Indiana, Sabonis, he's a good cash game play if you want to get to him as a priced up stud. Brogdon, he's a cash game option also. We know what we're going to get out of him, a safe ceiling. Oladipo had a bad game. I'm going to say he had a bad game. But look, he still got you 33 points with 7 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 block, and 1 steal. Even though he shot the ball 3 for 16, he still got you there. He's a mid-range option. I don't mind getting to. Miles Turner's only in play if one of the studs are out, but they're not, so I'm off Miles Turner. And TJ Warren still is out. Look to one of the Holiday Brothers as value. Moving on to the Kings and Warriors, this is going to be a fast-paced game. Steph Curry, 60.9. He can certainly do that in this game. I like him as a top option. De'Aaron Fox, his athletic ability should be able to thrive in this high-paced matchup. I don't mind him. Andrew Wiggins, I never roster Andrew Wiggins. I hate rostering him with a passion. but he's only 6,600. He's in play. As much as I hate to say that. I mean, he's getting you the points. He's getting you the minutes. I hate it. I hate it. Harrison Barnes, revenge game narrative. You can look to him. He's been on fire lately. I don't mind it at all. Just like Rashawn Holmes, I don't mind him at all. Bagley seeing good minutes. I'd rather get to Holmes though. Kelly Oubre still cannot shoot the ball to save his life. I'm off of him. Draymond Green still just limited. I'm off of him. Halliburton is out one more game, so look to Corey Joseph, who got you 3,003 minutes. He's not going to do that again. You can look to Corey Joseph for a value piece. So let's move on to the sponsor of the day in Pick Draft. So Pick Draft is basically a place where it's similar to Yahoo, but the prices are just great to me. And the overlay is good. You basically just pick who you want to pick based on the value of like $5, $6, $7, so on and so forth. So I just wanted to go over a couple plays that I like on the Pick Draft site. So let's move on to them. Victor Oladipo is only $4. John Wall is only $4. Both those prices are amazing to me. You can look to Aaron Gordon for only $3 with no minutes restrictions. Colin Sexton possibly with no Darius Garland, $3. The value's there on Pick Draft. But anyways, guys, hit the like button for me. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. That helps me a ton, as you'll know. But have a great and safe rest of your night. Have a good one, everybody.